Welcome to Game Time. I'm Pat Summerhill.
And I'm Gail Moran. Today, it's the battle of the dueling dinner parties. At stake, bragging rights for healthiest food get-togethers. Pat?
Well, Gail, you know, there's lots of food out there, that's for sure. But the question is, how do you choose nutrients or foods wisely when you're away from home and, say, at a dinner party?
Well, that's what we're here to find out, Pat. Let's take a look at our two contenders. Up first, the Simpsons, who've invited some friends over for a typical sit-down affair. It'll be interesting to see what the hostess has come up with for the menu there, Pat.
And out on the other side, we've got their neighbors, the Jacksons, who've invited a few friends over for an informal Sunday afternoon football celebration. Now, their game plan includes lots of finger foods in a buffet-style setting. Joe Santana's on the sidelines with Mr. Jackson now. Joe.
Thanks, Pat. Frank, you've got some serious competition from the Simpsons for dinner tonight. What's your game plan for keeping it healthy without making it boring?
Joe, this party is going to be anything but boring. We've got football after all.
And don't forget the veggies.
Veggies with a ball game?
Sure. We have fresh broccoli, tomatoes, cauliflower, and my favorite, sweet yellow peppers.
Believe it or not, they make a good snack.
Well, as we all know with the 5-20 rule, 20% or more of a nutrient is high, 5% is low. So these veggies are an excellent source of vitamin C, very low in sodium and saturated fat. Back to you, Pat.
Thanks, Joe. It's a great start to what could be a big battle. Now, they're just sitting down to dinner at the Simpsons, but we spoke to Fran Simpson earlier today. Now, here's what she had to say about her game plan.
You have a hungry crowd coming over today, Fran. What's on the menu?
Well, I've got individual game hens for everyone, a side salad, and baked potatoes.
Oh, and I see you're also planning soup for an appetizer.
Oh, yup. Soup's always a good starter. I'm planning a hearty tomato soup with fresh rosemary and garlic croutons. It's easy to make, and it's packed with vitamin C.
Huh. Sounds like a winner. We'll see how it goes over with the dinner party. Gail?
Back at the Jacksons, the ball game's just about to start. They've laid out the spread, and our first guest is loading up his plate. Now, despite the side of veggies, that pile of wings is gonna cost him. A serving size is 3 wings, and it looks like he's got 6. Add the half dozen pizza bites, and he's well on his way to more than his total daily value in many categories.
Well, let's take a look at the scores so far. We've got 30% DV saturated fat from those 6 wings, and another 15% from the pizza bites, for a total of 45% daily value from those 2 foods alone. Now, the only good news is the 64% DV protein from the meat and the 150% DV vitamin C from the peppers. Now, at the Simpsons, I assume the nutrition score is much better, Gail?
Well, you would think so, Pat, but Fran's made a last-minute change in the lineup. Now, the tomato soup was pulled and replaced with French onion. It's particularly high in sodium, and the large piece of cheese on top helps it weigh in at a whopping 30% daily value of saturated fat.
You're right, Gail. And if we go by the 5-20 rule, 30% is over the 5% DV maximum we like to limit ourselves to each day. Now, at the same time, while the Cornish hen adds 60% daily value of protein, it also tacks on another 35% DV of saturated fat. Still better than the neighbors, but the Simpsons haven't locked up a win yet.
Hold on, Pat. It looks like we've gone off the playbook at the Jacksons. They've brought out some chicken breast wraps, and they seem to be very popular. The whole grain gives it a whopping 31% DV of fiber, and the flavorful low-cal dressing comes in at only 3% DV of saturated fat. I think the momentum is shifting, Pat.
And I think you're right, Gail. Surprisingly, it looks like they're not sticking to the game plan over at the Simpsons. Now, it looks like they've forgotten the 5-20 rule. Butter and sour cream on the potatoes, a creamy dressing on the salad, and is that eggnog?
I'm afraid it is, Pat. And the portions are out of control. Potatoes and salad add much needed fiber and vitamins, but look at the size of those servings.
A surprise outcome in the battle of the dueling dinner parties, Gail. Now, this just underscores how important it is to not only choose nutrients wisely, but to also pay attention to serving size and calories per serving. For Game Time, I'm Pat Summerhill.
And I'm Gail Moran. See you next time.